Now let's see mobile web applications. That is to say, web applications that'll be run on the browsers of smart devices. From the developer's point of view, this may be seen as simply producing a set of web pages to be run on the devices, consisting of pages that are lighter and simpler, but the same application in the end. This could be a quick and primary approach to the topic. In fact, all this is already possible with GeneXus, so we might wonder, what is new in this GeneXus version that could help in running applications on smart devices? Some of the aspects that must also be considered in designing these types of applications include sources, in order to further emulate the use of a native application for smart devices. The use of a special theme to design the pages, which must be simpler and smaller in size. And finally, colors, the use of specific tones for this type of application. The application must be optimized with the necessary space between fields, so as to enable the correct tapping and access the use of semantic domains. For example, in this case, by tapping on the phone, we are automatically led to the call being made to the number involved. With GeneXus X Evolution 2, we can then obtain all this we have mentioned thanks to the integration of HTML5 for generating web applications. Now let's see the integration between GeneXus designers and developers. This version also implies an improvement in the integration of GeneXus designers and developers, including new functionalities relative to the theme, in order to generate a CSS based on the theme and send it to the designers for modifications. The last item to consider relates to the user experience and involves the changes made in validation at the client level for web applications. This functionality has been empowered to make it more configurable, extensible, and have an enhanced interaction with the end user. In order to control the way in which GeneXus displays the messages on screen, a new category of properties was created under the name Client-Side Validation Behavior at the version level. So let's see how these properties work now. Here we see the properties at the version level, and specifically the Client-Side Validation Behavior group. Here we can see the set of properties that were added to configure the behavior of the validation at the client level. The Stop on Error property. For each message displayed, this property indicates whether it is possible to continue entering data regardless of the error being detected, or if the data must be revalued. The default value is no, so that the end user may continue entering data. The Validation Message Position property. This is the position of the message. We will use the default value on the right of the field. Next, the Validation Message Overlap Adjacent Controls property. This allows the possibility of indicating whether the message will overlap with other fields or not. When the no value is used, all fields will be displaced to make space for the message. And finally, the Validation Message Display property. This indicates whether all error messages are shown simultaneously or individually at the time of confirming the transaction. Let's then execute our application and see its behavior according to the properties we've just configured, upon running the rules of the transaction property in order to verify that the property's name and the address were not left blank. From the Work With property, we go to the Insert option for entering a new property. Observe that leaving the name blank causes the error message to appear, though this does not prevent us from continuing to enter the information. The error message is not positioned on any other field, and it appears upon confirmation, so that the missing information can be completed. So far, we've seen the main areas on which the new GeneXus version has been considered. and also how to profit from the advantages provided by the new HTML5 and CSS3 standards. And that's how we continue progressing towards maximizing the strength of web applications generated with GeneXus.